Up with the Red Devils.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Morning Talk with Mike and Paul. We've been talking about some airborne stuff. Yeah.
Idiot.
Hey, guys, it's Red Shirt Friday. Since Terrie's been recovering, I've been in charge of the laundry. And I found in the bottom of the laundry hamper under some towels, I don't know how long it was in there, I found this shirt. And I said, well, I need to wear that on Fridays again. Because when I worked for the government, we wore these on Friday. And red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. And
so it's not Remember Every Dickhead.
No. Although I knew a couple of those while I was in the military. So, so I said, I'm going to wear it on Fridays now. So Red Shirt Friday. And you can buy these online and, wear them on Fridays.
Oh, I just thought of another one.
What's that?
Retire every Democrat.
Retire every Democrat. Yeah. That's a good one. But we were talking about this, and then we got on the subject of how forgetful a lot of Americans are. And it kind of irked me because I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten 9/11. I haven't forgotten what happened in Washington, D.C., in Pennsylvania, in New York City. The worst attack that Americans have ever seen in their life. And everybody knows who did it. But now it seems like even the New Yorkers agree with, what was that gal's name that ran for president? Kamala Harris? And not Kamala Harris. That one lady from Minnesota, Elon, what's her name? I don't know. She's from Minnesota. And she said something happened. Someone did something on 9/11. And that kind of brought me back to, is that the way the New Yorkers feel and think? Omar. Is that the way New Yorkers think? Because they elected a Muslim mayor for the city.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good people, no matter what religion you are. But I'm just thinking, did we already forget what happened? And now, in kind of the same way, you've opened the door and you invited Dracula in?
It's called the sheep.
I don't understand how that could even happen. And then is there so many poor people that actually vote in New York that you would vote in a communist socialist, a democratic socialist to run your city? Is it because someone said, hey, you get free this and you get free that, and this is going to be free? It's kind of like a ninth grader running for class president, promising everybody in the school, we're going to have pizza parties every Friday if you vote for me. And that's not going to happen because you're an adult now. And you remember those promises people made and all this other garbage.
Why is it that you all can remember the promises before they're elected. And as soon as they're elected, fuck you, I'm all right.
Yeah. So then what happens when somebody who made promises comes into office and then he gets ridiculed for the promises he's made and the promises he's kept?
Yeah.
In the last, almost 11 months now. So you get hammered because you don't fulfill your promises, and then you get hammered because, number one, you're not a politician, and you just have to listen to one speech of Trump, and he's not a politician, but he made promises. 77 plus million people voted for him that are eligible to vote, or whoever they allowed to vote. And that was the majority, the popular vote. And then you bitch and complain that he's fulfilling what he said he was going to do. So what's wrong, America? You got your head so far up your 6 o'clock, especially in New York and California. What the hell? What is wrong with these people? So, guys, it's Friday. I'm fired up. So we can call this Fired Up Friday. And there ain't no food being delivered. Okay? But I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to come up on panel. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about anything you want to talk about. Okay? Found out that Paul's dad, he was an airborne instructor. And he came over to the States and he called our people a bunch of wussies because we wouldn't jump at 500 feet.
He said your lot are a bunch of pussies.
Well, I said wussies. I said wussies, so I didn't have to say the word.
If you're going to quote me, you quote me correctly. Because if you don't, I will.
Oh, man.
He taught you all how to jump out at 500 feet. And then he taught some of your SEALs and Special Forces how to do Halo. He spent a lot of time doing the Red Devil.
Proven. Oh, you mean invited to proven killer is evil. No, it's all evil. We can talk about any subject you want to talk about. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm talking about one thing. There's a lot of things that our presidents have done that's absolutely asinine, and there's a lot of politicians that should be sitting in prison for the stuff they've been doing.
Hillary Clinton.
Listen. If you want to put a label on something, there's a bunch of shithead Christians. There's a bunch of shithead Muslims. There's a bunch of shithead frickin' Buddhists. There's all kinds. But then there's great people on every side. Okay? So don't get your panties in a bunch if I say something and you're going to just spout a little thing there. You might as well kick rocks. Okay? Don't get hurt. I'm not pointing a finger. I'm just saying, how can you forget all the people that died in New York? Okay? Died in New York. We know who did it. It wasn't some people. We know exactly who did it. And yes, we sent SEAL Team 6 after the culprit of the whole thing and eliminated another evil out of the world. And that's fine too. Okay? I wish all these people on death row who actually did the crimes, they'd do a conveyor thing and just start sending them through. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of them. Save the taxpayer a whole shitload of money from keeping them in prison. Yeah, were there a lot of people that were put in prison that if they had DNA back then, they wouldn't be dead? Oh, yeah, you're right. But don't get butthurt. I'm just saying. Okay? Not pointing it out. I'm just saying, how can you forget what happened and you turn around and you elect a communist socialist? That's the worst part of it. Making promises you know they're not going to deliver. Number one, free subway and transportation. Oh, I'm sorry, that's controlled by the governor of the state, and she ain't going to lose that money. They've already said that. Okay. He can't make arbitrary, I'm going to change this and everybody's going to ride the bus for free. Ain't going to happen. All right. So sorry about jumping on that one, but I'm just saying, okay, you can't go tit for tat. I was just making a statement, and that's fine. Okay. And I agree with you. Invited a proven American killer, and you're okay with that. I don't know who the proven American killer you're talking about. Okay. I do think that we got somebody back from Russia, and we let go one of the worst killers in the world to do an exchange. Okay. That arms dealer, the merchant of death, how we let that person go for somebody who took CBD oil into Russia. It was against the law.
It was illegal.
And it was illegal. Yeah. So, we do a lot of dumb things. Here's another dumb thing that we did. And we were talking about this. Oh, let's not forget, Biden was fixing to pay $7 million to Iran, and he got stopped. Okay. Obama paid $1.7 billion for 4 Americans back in 2016, including, besides giving them all that money in wire transfers, $400 million of it was stacked on a pallet and delivered to them. Okay. And what were the comments? They said, the Iranian clerics and generals bragged about it for years, that they got the Americans to give them that much money. And some suggested that taking hostages could henceforth serve as a sound method for balancing the Iranian budget. That's how dumb our politicians are. I don't care who the politician was. They're all stupid. Okay? These guys are not dealing with a full freaking debt. Period. None of them. Okay? How they became regular people when they got elected and they became millionaires overnight. Okay? You figure that one out. Okay? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm getting fired up Friday, guys. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. We like it.
No tit for tat here. I'm just making a statement, and just tell me what you think, but come up here and say, hey, give me the whole story and not a one sentence jab. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in.
No, David.
And I'm sorry that, brother, I didn't mean to pinpoint it all on you. I get a lot of comments, a lot of emails, because they have my Sergeant's Talk TV, my email address, and I get a lot of stuff, and that's fine. But when they send me stuff, they do the same thing, and they just go, oh, it's kind of like two couples, a couple fighting. Well, you did this and you did that, but so it doesn't go nowhere. Bring something up, show me something, some research on what actually happened, because I don't know who you're talking about. Sorry about that. Hey, there's Roadkill Ron. Welcome in, brother. Let's see. I did see Wendy.
Yes.
Wendy did a special live on Thursday.
Yes, she went on instead of Dale and Lisa.
Yeah.
9 Acre Family Farms.
Yeah. Yeah, there she is, Hardneck Farm. Yes. Good morning. Let me get to that. I want to say Liesel? Liesel? Hello. Hey, there's my good friend, Mary Yahoo. Good to see you, girl.
I see her face come up, and that's all I want to scream.
What's that?
I see her face come up in our comms, and all I want to do is scream. Yahoo!
There's Mary Mo. How you doing? There's James Hall, y'all. Old Shade Tree Cook. Kentucky Bluegrass.
How's James doing, by the way? James had surgery, I think.
I thought it was coming up. I didn't know if he just got it.
No, he'd had it.
Oh, did he do it? 9/11 will never be forgotten. Elect Muslim. Half this world has lost their mind. Yeah, I knew when I was going to say Muslim that I'd get some feedback, and that's okay because a lot of people spew the word Christianity as the most evilest thing in the world, and I think if it's okay for some people to disparage other people or other things or other religions, I think it's equally fair to say it the same way. Okay? If you raise your children that we're the evil dogs of the world as Christians, okay, we don't do that.
But we bite.
I mean, could you say, because if you did that, if you raised your Christian children to hate everything from other religions and persecute them and whatever, and actually do acts of terrorism to eliminate them, boy, you talk about a world war that would go on. But if it's okay, if it's one-sided, then it's okay. My God, the disparity between people who can are socially acceptable to say things about another people, and the other people can't say it to the other people, and you're persecuted, and so on and so forth. I mean, holy crap! If you're not supposed to say it, I don't give a crap. Sex, creed, color, I don't care. You can't say it. Stop this whole one-sided thing, okay? Because it's a bunch of crap, all right? I don't care if you're a religious person and you believe in peace, love, and all that stuff, then do that. But I'm just saying, one of these days, the shoe's going to be on the other foot and people aren't going to like what happens, because I'm already seeing people right now, they're speaking out. The days of the woke crap is over and people are speaking out. Okay. I'm tired of being labeled because you're this, then, you get this, or these doors open. I don't, I just don't get it. And I think it's a bunch of crap. Do your very best. I came from south of the tracks. My mom raised 7 kids. We were poor in dirt. We went clothes shopping at the Goodwill, the Salvation Army. We were on welfare. And somehow every one of my siblings made it out of there and became successful. all on their own, being poor kids. So it can happen. Trust me, it can happen. Yeah, life ain't fair, and I get it. Karen Breast. Hey, one thing I want to tell you is I did get a lovely Christmas card from Karen Breast.
I thought you were going to say you got breast implants.
No. Yeah, and she's wishing us a very all the Christmas blessings. Love, Karen. Thank you very much. I got that in the mail the other day. I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. I also got one from Bowen. Bowen over at Thunder. What is it? Thunderstick Homestead. I got one from Bowen. Thank you, Bowen. Merry Christmas, Big Mike and Miss Terry. I want to thank you for that. And then I got one from our good friend out on the Cape, Miss Charlene Grady. Sent us a Christmas card. And wishing you both a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year. Love, Charlene Grady. Want to thank him from that. And then I got the card of all cards. All right. My favorite VA nurse and her husband, Tony, at our cabin in the woods. They did a photo this year. And may the tinsels have extra sparkle this season. Love, the Delgado family, Tony and Angie. Very good. So thank you very much for that. It'll be up on our thing there. And I want to thank you guys for those Christmas wishes. So, I was voted most wittiest my senior year in high school, and I made no promises.
I'm going to call bullshit on that.
Were you in her high school?
I'm going to say she promised her teachers every lesson that she would be quiet. Rita don't know how to be quiet.
Yeah. And Paul's still on extra medications. There might be a few they're missing, Paul. Hey, there's the Bud Files.
I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, there you go. Whole pot of community coffee. I've got, what is it called? What is this called? Houston Blend? Houston Blend from HEB. Man, I didn't know I liked it. I thought I was hooked on, the Texas pecan, but this is it's a pretty smooth coffee. I like it. Remember, guys, that link is still up there. You can come on up and call me whatever you want to call me and talk about whatever you want to talk about. What do you think about the crap show yesterday? I don't know what you're talking about, James. Trump restocked nation's oil reserve with Venezuelan tanker. I don't know. Didn't hear about that either. Come on up and tell me that story. I thought we had all our boats off there, blowing up every ship we could get out of there. So I don't know. Love and support from Husky Edna. All right. Husky Edna's down in Australia land. She does like, I think every 2 weeks or something like that, she does a live. But man, I'm going to tell you something. That live's between 2 and she's had them up to 9 hours long. But I only catch the end of it because I get up early in the morning, and I get to catch the end of her lives. So.
Terra says they seized a big tanker off the coast of Venezuela.
Do what now?
Terra says they've seized a big tanker off the coast of Venezuela.
We did?
Yeah,
What did
the
we do?
US did. Mike.
Oh, we seized a tanker.
You seized a countryless illegal oil tanker yesterday.
And we already got it back to the United States, and we already downloaded it into the oil reserves. I don't know how that's possible. It's a long journey. Hey, there he is. What's going on?
Morning, y'all.
Hey.
Well, other than surgery, not a whole lot.
What'd you have done?
Shoulder.
Oh, I had that
Again.
on both of them.
This is third time.
Yeah. Yeah. This one here, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 holes when they go in there and they repair the rotator cuff. And then they had to go in there and they had to remove the tendon that goes inside your shoulder and your collarbone down to your elbow. I lost that. So,
Yeah, mine had 5 holes.
yeah.
The first one, and then they went in and they did some more work the second time because I was still having pain right here in the front point of the shoulder. And then this last time, he put a patch over the top to keep it from tearing again because it keeps tearing. It's thin right there.
Yeah. Yeah, because normally.
Sorry, I can't see chat, y'all.
No, that's okay. Hey, so I know when like mine tore, he was explaining to me that when they do that, they have to bring those two pieces together, pull them up, and then they drive a wedge in there, and then it's supposed to grow back together. And that's what they did. That's what they did here. I could have saved part of the tendon if they would have came up and above the bicep, they would have drilled a hole all the way
and tack down the bicep tendon.
Then they take the tendon through there, they knot it, and then they put a spike in the hole to hold it in place till it could all grow around it. So
yeah, what he did was he took the bicep tendon and stretched it up and put a screw in my shoulder to hold it down. And the last surgery that I had, he released the bicep tendon thinking that might be the reason for the issue in the front of the shoulder.
Yeah.
And it didn't change. So he's like, okay, there's something else going on here. And so we did another MRI. And they found another tear in the front part of it.
Yeah.
And then so he was going to go in and repair that again, but this time he was going to take a graft and put over it to strengthen it up and to give it some more stability through there so it wouldn't tear again.
Yeah.
And apparently I think he told my neighbor when he talked to her on the phone that he found some stuff that didn't show on the MRI and that he missed the first couple of times he went in. So yeah. But he cleaned it up. And yeah. So far, I'm not doing too bad. It's a little sore, but not too awful bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Nope. I did read about the guy. I did read about the new mayor of New York when he was a city councilman. And I read about his inactions. He didn't sponsor any changes. He never said on things. He missed more votes in the city council or whatever they call those. We don't have councilmen here in Oklahoma, or I didn't. Usually, bigger city has them. because it's so big and so populated. I did read about his history and wasn't impressed with it. I'm not impressed with a lot of politicians' backgrounds. I'm not, pointing anybody out in particular, but I did read about him because you brought it up. And if you do your research about him and what he didn't do, and what he was involved in and all that kind of stuff, make your own decision. I mean, your vote's your vote. And somehow I just can't see, on both sides of the aisle, how people get reelected for all these years. And it's crazy. And I get it. I get it that you get elected and your only concern to get reelected is the people, your constituents in your little part of the world. That's it. As long as you're not pissing them guys off, you'll keep going back to Washington. And who knows? Maybe he'll turn around. Maybe he can get free transportation. I don't know how they're going to pay for it. Okay. The only way you can pay for it is, raise taxes and increase something. Something's got to increase to give away stuff. Because didn't they have a government-ran store in California? And
I know they had one in Illinois.
It was in Illinois.
That it has gone under.
As fast as it opened. They lost their asses on it.
Yes, sir.
Government should not run any business. I worked for the government for 45 years, and I will tell you, no, you should privatize everything. They can run it a lot better. Okay. The government is not good at it. Sorry, any government workers out there, but you can run government operations. That's fine. The government businesses, man.
And the crab show that I was talking about yesterday was Christy Nome up on the hill. And that was a crap show in itself. They had her up there testifying, and one of the Democratic leader of the committee said the accidental shooting of the National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. Excuse me?
The accidental?
And she called him out on it right then, right there. She said, "You mean tell me that shooting somebody in the head is an accident? Since when?"
2 people.
Yeah.
It was a double misfire.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's like, really?
They proved after they tracked the dude's cell phone from Washington State, he traveled all the way to D.C., and then he shoots 2, not 1, but 2. Then they made a big deal that a National Guardsman shot him.
Yeah. And really? Come on. It's called self-defense. Since when does the Second Amendment recuse people who are defending themselves?
No, I think what they were trying to get at was that a military member, because they're all against bringing the military into the cities and cleaning them up. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. Ray Castile lost his beloved Barbara yesterday.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
he's just put it up there. Please let everyone know I lost my beloved Barbara yesterday. She fought a long, hard, and she's been sick for a while. She's not fighting anymore. She's resting in the arms of God.
God bless you,
Ray,
brother.
My condolences, and I'm sure everybody here says the same. My condolences go out to you and your families.
And Dale lost her sister yesterday as well.
I didn't know that. I will have to say hello. And
yeah, I got a message from Jesse and Lisa last night. They text me that Andale lost her sister yesterday.
That just broke my heart.
It's not going to be the same looking incomes. When you see Ray, you always see Barbara.
Yeah. Oh my God, that just broke my heart. And I didn't know Aunt Miss Sandell's, what was her sister?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you chat with somebody and you see them and stuff like that, remember I did a thing one time. I talked about when grief hits you differently. When you read in the newspaper, somebody died and something like that, and you go, oh, that. And always look at how old the person was. It's different than when you know somebody. It's a different feeling in your heart and in your soul. And Ray, our prayers are with you. Both Terry and I, our prayers are with you. Just to give you the strength, brother. So.
Wow, did you see what Rochelle just posted? Anne just posted it was 3 weeks since her sister died. What the heck was that? It was. Did you hear me?
Andale's sister's. She was diagnosed 3 weeks since. Oh wow,
3 weeks ago, and she
that was
lost her
crazy
yesterday.
fast. Yeah.
That to me is
Good morning,
bad.
Virginia.
Yeah. Oh man. I just took my fired out of my soul. But again, our prayers are with you, Ray. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. You know what? Somebody told me one time, when I lost my mother, Terry and I drove to Arizona. We moved to Arizona because my mom was sick. And we moved to Arizona. I took a job in Arizona to be closer because I've been gone for 20+ years or more. And my mom was in the hospital. She had like less than 2% of her liver function still operating and stuff like that. And my sisters had her on life support, all kinds of stuff. There's machines all in the room and stuff when we finally got there. And my sisters were saying, oh, no, we're, fighting with the insurance companies and doing all this stuff. And it was crazy. And I went in there to see my mom, and her mental capacity was, I can only describe it as, talking to a 5-year-old that's really, really sick, she was crying. She wanted to go home, and she was begging me, please take me to your house. I'll sleep on the couch. I'll sleep on the floor. Just take me home. Take me out of here. And it was, dude, it broke my heart knowing the woman I knew and what her end state was. And my sisters, and I said, you got her on life support? Oh yeah, she can live, a lot longer. I said, but how is she living? She can't leave the hospital. When does the insurance run out? Are you just gonna bleed it dry and she just lives like this? And then I found out that I was the one on her life decision. None of my sisters were. And I had to make the decision. and talking to some people, I found out that is the selfishness of being human, to want to, in my mom's case, she was never going to get any better, to keeping her here on this earth. That's us being selfish humans. We don't want nothing to happen. We're always hoping. But I seen the end in my mom's eyes, and it was killing me. And it's killing me now thinking about it. But
as Debbie says, your mum did that for a reason.
Yeah.
She knew you'd made that call.
And so I made the decision. My sisters, for the longest time, were not happy with me, trust me. But my oldest sister, she's been the one that kept our family together. She's basically the matriarch of our family on my side, and I love her. And I wasn't ready for it. After that happened, I wasn't ready for the decision, or they told me they wanted me to do the eulogy. Dude, I was not ready for that. And I basically fell apart up at the pulpit. But I think one of the things that I learned as a Christian, and this is just me as a Christian, that she's definitely in heaven. And she's in a very better place than she was when I had to make that decision. So, Ray,
think of it this way: it's just a change of address, is all it is.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I probably would be different if I didn't at one point in my life. You know, you get raised up in church and all that kind of stuff, but until you actually give yourself, and not parental pressure to go to church and stuff like that, when you actually make the decision yourself, heart, soul, and mind, I thought different after that. And to this day, there is a better place. And Ray, I love you, brother. So, anywho, I've barely made it to that one. What do you got to say, Paul?
Something I should have said before. Good morning, beautiful.
Terry, Paul's talking to you.
Good morning, Paul.
Yeah, there is Ray. I mean, Virginia Alexander, Ray. Rainy Ridge. I was looking at Rainy Ridge. So, yeah. There's Shirley Adnan. Hello, hello. Debbie Drach. Yeah. There's Miss Arlene.
Dawn says, I said good morning, you ugly mothers.
Who did?
Dawn.
I didn't see
our flipping farmstead.
I haven't got down to there yet. There's Possum Run. I seen her.
And Our very good friend Jody Young's just come in.
And what was it? Cleveland.
Glioblastoma.
Okay. Wow. Hey, there's Dawn at our flipping farmstead, my favorite female Marine. Welcome in. Oh, man. So here's something I want to talk about.
There she goes. I knew she would.
Who's that?
Jody Young.
Oh, Jody. Why am I so far down? I mean, so far up.
Because I'm not Terry.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Jody. And thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. You're such a sweetheart. Hey, Leonard Mountain's here. There's Jamie over at O'Rourke's Littlefield.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie's crying.
Jamie, going really gamey.
So I did hear a thing on YouTube about the Democratic theme song. And I had to laugh. I burst out in laughter. And it's, remember the song, Don't Know Much About History, Don't Know Much About Biology, Don't Know Much About History. Yeah. I mean, this dude put it together and I freaking fell apart listening to that.
It sums up their party.
Oh.
Dawn says, is it called, is it You're a Dumbass?
No, not this. Well, I mean, you could retitle it anything you want. But again, guys, to be fair, okay, there are dumbasses on both sides of the aisle. Okay? There are.
Yes, but red only works for one party.
Yeah. But I can tell you that my life in the last year, mentally, financially, has gotten better. Did you see the Fed dropped the rate again? Fed dropped the rate again. So, get ready for that. I hope you're not talking about James and Paul.
No, she's talking about
she said we're all surrounded. Yeah. And what about most of Canada wants to come to the United States? Dude, those people are pissed off at Ottawa. Good gosh, they are pissed. I watched a town hall the other day, and they are pissed at Ottawa. Holy smokes. It's kind of like the way I understand it, Ottawa makes a rule or a law or a policy, and it's kind of like being in the military. One punishment fits all, you know. We call it mass punishment. And you might live in a place far and remote and yada, 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 but you have to abide by the same laws and land restrictions that somebody that lives in the city has to go by. That's what I'm getting out of this whole thing. Somebody help me who's really astute on why those, I guess, I don't know, you call them territories or whatever of Canada are so freaking pissed. I know Scott said he couldn't get into it because he was the man. He's part of the problem. He's in politics now. For some reason, I'm getting nauseated after taking my prescriptions. Oh, wow. Did you eat anything? Oh, wow. Oh, there you go. She lives in the city and she's pissed. Oh hell! Let's just call it all America.
That's part of the Commonwealth. Keep your hands off.
Oh, George, what's his name? Charles will give it to us. Don't worry about it.
No, he won't. He's an architect and he likes their architecture.
Let's see. Does England get money from these countries?
I don't honestly know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
You guys being so small, England proper, I mean, you guys spend a lot of money.
We bring a lot in.
How do you bring a lot in?
Same way you do. Trade.
What are you trading?
Basically, shit.
Oh, you ship your excrement out of country? I'm just saying, for being so small and your money being so powerful, I was just asking, does like people under your Commonwealth or whatever, do they pay, into?
I don't know. It's all to do with the government. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's
you guys
like,
pay your souls. I don't know if that was part of it, but
Satan took my soul a long time before the government did.
oh. Yeah, if your stomach
Only if
does
you
that,
allow it, Paul.
I know Terri's stomach was doing stuff like that to her, and she was eating that, and it actually works. It's called Activia, and it's good for gut health and stuff like that.
I use AG1 and Activia
Yeah,
in the little bottles.
yeah. I don't know what that is. I never heard of it. I know that when I was living in Germany, remember Umberger, those little bottles after you have a heavy meal, you drink that stuff and that full bloated feeling. I mean, it goes away after drinking a shot of that. They come in little bottles. There's every Stammtisch, every table in Germany at the restaurants and guest houses and stuff like that. And
do you know what happens if you have 2 of them shots?
I don't know.
You better run. It's like a laxative and a fast acting one.
Well, I never had more than one, and it always worked. Because in Germany, when you have a meal, I mean, you're sitting there drinking beer at the same time, and beer, heavy in hops and stuff like that, will just blow you up.
That's because you're drinking the wrong beer.
You too, Aaron. You have a great day. So what else can we talk about that will really piss off people? I still haven't got an answer about the whole Canada thing and why these people are so. I mean, is your government just absolutely? Because I know I remember Scott talking to me one time, and his wife is an X-ray technician at the hospital. And so the whole insurance thing is paid for the family and all that stuff through her. But he was explaining to me that everybody glorifies here in the States, oh, Canadian medicine is so much this and so much that, and everybody's covered and stuff like that, but they don't realize what it takes to cover everybody. And the days of you can go to the doctor for every little thing, it doesn't happen anymore. And if you need procedures done, the wait time is so freaking long. I mean, you might as well be dealing with the VA in the States. You know what I mean? How long it takes to get appointments and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to figure out what is pissing off these regions of Canada so much that I listen to people talk about, I mean, person after person after person, you know, I would gladly give up being Canadian and becoming an American so we don't have to deal with all this dumb crap that's going on. So, because when you read it's kind of hard when you're looking at it, because when you look at it, every article you read, whether it's a pro for leaving Canada or they're just dumb, stupid people out in the woods somewhere, type articles, they're so one-sided. There's not somebody saying, hey, let's take all this information and write a comprehensive smart paper on what the hell's going on up there. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
I heard dealing with Canada's medical institution is worse than the VA by a long shot.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I really. Let's see. Okay, that wasn't for me.
What?
Hey, Paul, you know the AG1, they started making different flavors, right?
Yeah, I'm still on the originals.
Me too.
I haven't tried it yet, and I've been thinking about it because I don't eat a whole lot of vegetables and whatever else. So my health would probably be better if I did something.
If you're taking it because of your lack of vegetables, it will increase your energy.
That's good to know.
Like I say, I've been on it for 3 years. When I first got it, I wasn't keen on the taste, so I was using pure apple juice instead of water. It makes it a nice flavor. But after 12 months, they changed the recipe, and now I'm back to just the water, and it's all right.
Yeah, that right there. See, that's I think that's what they were alluding to. Here in the States, you can go to the ER, okay, and you'll be seen. And that's fine. And the wait times, I mean, I went in there and I think it took us 5 hours. It took 5 hours to get in. There was nobody in the waiting room, and it still took 5 hours to go through the ER. I think I'm talking about is, okay, let's say went to the ER, and they said, "Hey, hand's broken, whatever broken." They set it in a permanent cast, or they put it in a cast, and then they say, "Hey, you need to see an orthopedic specialist or whatever." And then, like Scott was saying, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be whenever. Okay. And that's the bad part about it. And you're paying for that type of service. And I get it. If you're paying through it, through taxes or whatever however you guys pay for your medical up there, to your employer, whatever, I'm sure there's a part on you, just like here. Because when I ran a division within the federal government, the people, if you wanted dental insurance, health insurance, all that stuff, you had a percentage you had to pay. And then I paid the majority of it as the employer. So if somebody had a single plan and they had to pay $148 every 2 weeks, okay, my part of that, they pay $148 and I would pay $640 every 2 weeks to cover their health care on whatever plan they wanted. If you wanted more, your copay would be more and mine would be even higher. But that's how it's ran. But when you're paying for insurance, like here in the States, and I talked to somebody, had 3 kids, him and his wife, and he was paying $1,300 a month to cover. That's his copay, his part of his health insurance for his family. And then you get treated like crap, like you're an inconvenience or you have the wait time. I mean, you can't say, well, can I pay more and I get to go to this? It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Now, it's good, and you're going to pay more if you have a better insurance company that's covering you. If you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, is going to be more than you have than, Sam's healthcare coverage or something like that. Some small company doing it. And I don't know if there's anything such as a small company when it comes to healthcare. They're big, they're huge, and they can make all the rules. And the problem with our government is they're wasting their time on bullshit, having committee hearings on who said what and she said what and you did us wrong when you were in power. And let's take care of healthcare. Let's take care of immigration. Let's take care of these freaking highways instead of shipping money through USAID overseas for all these little projects. Turn that money, give it over and invest it back into us. That's why 2 or $4 trillion in taxes, it doesn't cover the bill. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason.
When I got hurt with my shoulder, Cobra was $600 a month for Cobra insurance.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm making a third less of my income every month being on workman's comp. And here I am, they're wanting $600 a month just for insurance to keep my insurance going. Are you kidding me? I can't afford that. Let go of my arm, really?
Oh, you're welcome, Rebecca. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm blessed. Okay. I'm blessed. And I'm blessed in the fact that the VA covers everything about me 110%. If I go to the emergency room, I tell them, I don't show them my ID card. I said, here's my retired ID card. I'm charging this to the VA. And then I have 72 hours to contact the VA. And this time I think I did it in 48 hours. And the hospital here, because there's so many retired people, I called the VA, called the 1-800 number, and I said, hey, gave them my name, my address, my phone number, all that stuff to identify me. And I said, I went to the emergency room. I talked to a VA counselor over on Friday or the weekend, and they said, you need to go to the emergency room now. And she goes, your hospital has already contacted us. So my hospital understands the VA part, and they contacted them. And she goes, we got all the paperwork already, and don't worry about it. We got it covered. And they paid the whole bill. Now, when you're in VA, hospitals go, okay, they did an ultrasound and they wanted $640 for a guy to put some jelly on my body and use that thing and look inside my bladder. Okay. $640. He spent a total of 5 minutes on me with that thing.
I got scared.
It was $640, and the VA said, here's $69. Right? And then they did an MRI, and they wanted $1,200 for the MRI, and they said, here's $290. Shut up, because what they billed it, and underneath it, it says VA federal law, VA veterans are covered under the same price as Medicare. Right? And if you don't accept VA, dude, there's going to be hell and 7 horses riding down your ass. And they know it. And then what they'll do is, I've seen it because I get a copy of everything. They'll add stuff in there that didn't happen, and you don't know it didn't happen, but I pay attention to it. And then they try to bill that, and they'll get a little bit more as they crawl up. And I mean, I've seen it 6 months out. They keep sending and putting more things in to get a little bit more money. I said, dude, that was dated back 6 months ago. And I said, who do I call? There's no one to call. So it's just the way it is. And then on the other side, I'm very blessed that I had to spend, all that time in the Army and retire out of the military to have an insurance called TRICARE that covers my family, and it covered me before I went into the VA system. And I pay whatever, $460 a year. I pay $31 or $32 a month for that insurance because I served. And Terrie, I keep that because Terrie's covered underneath it. Yeah, there are bigger copays that go with it. I think her surgery, Terrie had to pay almost $4,000 for the copay for her surgery. And I'm thinking, well, good God, what if you need this surgery like she needed this surgery? You don't have $4,000 sitting around. You know what I mean?
A year ago tomorrow, I had to go to the emergency room and have a sonogram done on my leg because they thought that I might have blood clot from the last surgery that I just underwent.
Right.
So they took me in. I went into the emergency room. They took me in. I was there an hour. The doctor was in less than 5 minutes to speak to me, to let me know that everything was okay, so on and so forth. That visit cost me $2,600 for 1 hour in the emergency room.
Yeah.
$500 of that was the doctor's bill.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes in the room.
Yeah. And see, on this healthcare thing, they were telling me on Medicare, because I had to sign up for Medicare. You have to sign up for Part A and Part B. You don't have a choice on that, I guess. I mean, I had to, or else if later on you do it, you pay a huge penalty for not signing up for it. Okay. And it's $206 a month for people with Social Security, and they take it right out of your Social Security and they get paid for it. Right. So they're reading off to me. And if you call an ambulance, your part of it is only $500. And if you a helicopter for life has to land there and pick you up, it's your copay is $750. So I called the VA and I said, hey, and I told them, I said, hey, what about this? And they said, just show them your ID card and charge it to the VA. You got it. Call the helicopter. I don't want to ride in an ambulance. I want a helicopter ride. Charge it. But it's crazy. And like Rochelle said, no copay for regular health care. It's covered, but dental and meds not covered unless you're a kid or a senior. So your dental and your meds are not covered under the health care plan, or you have to pay a copay. I guess that's what I'm asking. That's how dumb I am on this. And then I signed up I have a Part C on there because I wanted dental. And you don't get dental under the VA unless, number one, you're 100% disabled. I'm 90. And, oh, by the way, while you were in the military, you had dental problems while you were in the military. So I gotta read more about that. I'm thinking if you're 100%, you're 100%, but again, it is what you is. I mean, we don't have dental on Terrie, so we have to pay that out of our pocket. And Terrie's like me. We hate the dentist. I go to the dentist when I can't take the pain no more. That's how much I hate them. So,
Welcome back, Tony.
And doctor had 2 separate sets of x-rays. It will cost us nothing. A cast would be charged, and that's when insurance would kick in. If you had, okay. So you can get additional healthcare insurance besides the one that's provided. And then my other question is what is the rate, like when you pay your taxes, how much out of your taxes is earmarked for healthcare in Canada? So in Germany, when I was married to a German, and her brother-in-law worked at BASF, and he paid a total of 35% in taxes. And he became agnostic because part of their taxes is religious tax, is like 5% of your tax goes to whatever religion you are, and the government sends it down to those churches wherever you belong to, whether you're Protestant, Catholic, whatever. So the agnostic or atheist, if you will, that number is growing and growing in Germany, so they can avoid paying taxes to church. I mean, unless they start a legalized church for the devil, I don't know, then you have to pay them. I have no freaking idea.
I will not legalize my religion.
So, but that's what they do there. But he paid 45% in taxes. Could you? I mean, I couldn't imagine, man. 45% is a lot. That's close to half of your whatever you're making. Cut it in half and give it to the government. That's insane. And the more you make, so you can say, well, the hourly wage in our country, like we went to England, not to England, but to Australia, and the minimum wage, we were talking to people down there, was $19.95 an hour. But when we started shopping and we started eating, you could tell the price of stuff was really high. You know, you go to McDonald's, you order your food, and I said, I want a sausage McGriddle and that potato, the hash brown, and a black coffee. And she just looked at me. She goes, "Oh, we don't sell it. You got to go over here to the barista." Everywhere we went, you never seen a waitress or somebody walking around with a pot of coffee, giving you, filling up your cup. Each cup you have to order from the barista wherever you're at. We had that pancake breakfast we had that one time, and they do no free refills. Everything's you purchase it by the cup, and that is how they recover from paying $19.95 an hour. And people here go, "Oh, we need 15." Do you know what's going to happen if they go national rate is this? Everything moves with it, because if you're paying somebody at McDonald's, and that's, oh, by the way, they're starting to do an automated thing. Okay, they've already came out with the automatic fry dispenser, goes into the oil, the little arm, they do everything for you. You don't need a person. You just need, one person at the register, turn on fry machine. Okay? Because in the long run, it'll benefit them not paying people. And oh, by the way, if you have more than 50 employees, the whole insurance thing, everything kicks in. Employer added insurance and all that stuff. So it's crazy, and people don't get it. Everybody go, "Oh, we need more money." Everything's going to go up. Yeah. Yeah, AI is going to be taking over everything, and then where do you look for a job unless we establish, like Star Trek, where nobody works and everybody lives and everything's whatever and nothing has a value no more? Yeah, maybe then. Sorry about the Star Trek reference, guys.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
This planet sucks.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Did I miss something? I seen someone say yikes.
Yeah, you were talking about a fella with oil, and everybody went, "No."
Oh.
McDonald's in America is trash. Other places are pretty good. And yet, McDonald's in Britain and Europe is good.
What are you talking about? What's good in Europe?
McDonald's.
Yeah, well, yes, because you can buy a beer.
Not in the McDonald's I visited.
I'm used to the ones in Germany and in Korea. You can buy a beer. You go to KFC, get drunk off your butt. Chicken sucks. I don't know what the hell they did to it, but the chicken over there sucked at KFC. That's why we went to. Remember, I almost threw up. That was horrible.
You sure it was chicken and not cat?
Well, it was called KFC. And I don't think it stood for Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think it was Korean Fried Chicken. It wasn't Kentucky. There was nothing Kentucky about that chicken.
No, in Korea, it's Korean Fried Cat.
Now, Korean Fried Chicken at the little moms and pops, dude, you can't beat that stuff. Man, they put the spices in the oil. and they'll take a whole chicken. I'll go in there because Terry said, "Hey, go downstairs and get some chicken because the store's right underneath our apartment complex." She goes, "Go get some chicken." I said, "Hey, 2 chickens." And the guy would go in there, and he had all these chickens, and he'd take the tongs and drop the whole freaking chicken in the oil, and he started a timer. Then when it was done, it went ding. He'd put it on a drip thing, take the other one out, do it. Then he'd put on some big thick rubber gloves, grab the chicken, right? Cut it down the back and then across the breast, and then he started tearing it apart and throwing it in a bag. Dude, all he wanted to know if you wanted spicy 1, spicy 2, or spicy 3. Spicy 3 will blow up your butt. Okay. In Korea, that you will go nuclear the next day. I found that out at the, what was that called? The Panda Kitchen. My God, I almost died that day. My face was as red as this shirt. So Mikey didn't touch 3 anymore. Never even got close to 3 no more. So.
And that was nothing compared to the Tom Som shrimp that I got when we were over
Oh,
in Hong Kong.
that Thai soup. My
Tony says spicy 4 is no heat for him. That's because he's already blown through it.
we getting cut off? Oh, who said that?
Tony, our cabin in the woods.
What did he say?
Spicy 4 is no heat for me. Says, yeah, that's because it's already blown through him.
Yeah. I think that in Asia, if you haven't been to Asia, that is a different heat because they don't deal with nothing but ghost chilies and I'm going to tell you something. It will rock your world. It was so hot. I felt my teeth, my gums swelling up, and it was my gums are trying to shoot my teeth out of my mouth. That's how freaking hot it was.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. How can you enjoy stuff like that? I couldn't.
You know it's good when your eyes are dripping, your sinuses are dripping, and your arse are saying, don't go, don't go.
I have a problem with wasabi.
Oh, okay. So 13%. Okay. A lot. We have 13% tax on everything. We pay for goods and services plus our income tax. Oh, wow. Flat across. Yeah. I always said that United States should go to a flat rate of 15%. 15% tax. I only say that because I pay, 28, whatever. 15% tax across everything. Every individual, whatever dollar you make, 15% goes to the government. If you own a corporation, 15%. If you're a millionaire, 15%. On and on and on. 15%.
Flat tax.
Boo. Mike's froze up.
He froze up.
Who, I did?
Yeah, you did.
Well, fellas, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a blessed afternoon. Fantastic weekend. We'll talk to y'all later.
Keep it safe, James.
They need to get rid of the death tax. They need to get rid of inheritance tax, all that stuff, and do a 15% tax. That's it. What time is it?
Do you know who they should tax? Do you know who they should tax first? It's not the million. Well, they could be millionaires, but it's not the big companies. The first people to get a tax hike is the bloody politicians.
Yeah. Well, you know, they get free health care.
Yeah, but how does a barmaid become a millionaire inside 17 months?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them did. A lot
Yeah.
of them did.
I mean, Ilan Homer should have everything seized and kicked back to where she came from. She's an ungrateful bitch.
If you charge 15%, that was just an arbitrary number, and everybody has to pay it.
Yeah.
You would collect a hell of a lot more than 1.2, 1.4 trillion each year in tax. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because there would be no loopholes. There would be some poor lawyers out there that would look, okay, instead of doing tax law, they'd turn and do real estate law or some crap like that. McDonald's in America is trash. Other places is pretty good. Well, you know, I like Korea. I like the bulgogi burger. You know, if you ever heard of bulgogi and rice, over in McDonald's, they have a bulgogi burger, and I absolutely love it. I wish they had
rice. Bogies and rice.
Yeah.
I can't give you a good bogey at the minute. My nose keeps running.
Chuck E. Cheese allows only one beer per hour. That's un-American. Oh yeah, you must have a place there in Canada, because I'm gonna tell you something. That Korean fried chicken, some good stuff. Tell you what. And the good thing is there's no breading on it, no nothing, just spices and heat, whatever you want. That's the good thing about it. I mean, I've eaten number 2 until my lips were numb, but that I like number 2. I can handle that.
I ain't ever eaten no number 2s.
You sick bastard.
When you threw it straight up there, I had to whack it back.
I like spicy, but I like to see too. Yeah. Your daughter's best friend is Vietnamese, and her mom oh yeah, pepper sauce and yeah, woo. One thing you don't want to do is be in Korea during the kimchi making season. Yeah, if you're not used to it, like we weren't the first year, yeah, it used to come up from all the apartments, and you just go, "What is that? Is that the sewer?" We found out everybody was making kimchi. But I do like me some kimchi. I'm still here.
I'm not too sure I'd be keen on it, but it smells like a bloody sewer.
Yeah, sell tax. Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of like Texas, Florida, Oregon, and some other states have no sales. They have no income tax.
Trust them to come in right then.
Is that your lady? They have no state income tax. So what happens is your sales tax is higher. Your property tax is higher. That's how they make it up. And then bringing in businesses like Texas did. That's why, what's that South African's name? Elon Musk brought all his businesses into Texas, because Texas says, "Hey, we'll give you a break. Okay, we'll give you a break." And then you hire all the people there, and they're still, you know, they're not paying income tax, but people are buying stuff. So more tax comes in. because you have to go to the store. You got to buy food. Okay. You got to pay your property tax or the government will seize it. Unlike our friend AOC, who thought, because she's an economist, okay, she thought because Amazon was going to build a gigantic hub in her district, and they said they're going to give them tax incentives, okay, and she was thinking, oh my God, you know, they're going to be ripping off my constituents, and she's an economist, and that's what she was saying, you know, it's not good for us and blah, blah, blah. But when you hire 14,000 people to work and they're paying tax and they're buying stuff in your district, okay, so yeah, Amazon's still paying tax. They're not getting away scot-free, but they're looking for that property tax break and stuff like that. Look how much, I mean, it was in the billions of dollars her district was losing.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They went out to Staten Island and they built it out there, and they're people making hand over fist. So yeah, guys, our politicians are stupid. But I wish Oklahoma, they're looking into dropping the property tax here. So, but again, your sales tax and stuff like that will increase. No ifs, ands, or buts. And they are working hard to bring businesses into the state. In fact, right here in Little McAllister, they're bringing the ion factories going to get built here, building all those ion. What type of batteries are they? The lithium batteries are going to be built here in Oklahoma. I'm telling you, people going over there around here, and they said they're going to hire 600 people, and the average salary is $100 and something thousand a year to work at this plant. So, hey, Lacey, welcome in and happy Friday to you.
That's a good picture.
It is a good picture.
What did Terry say? Come on, what did Terry say?
Where?
That made you laugh.
No, I laughed at this. She goes, oh my God, Randy would die. He hates the smell of kimchi. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Now, anytime you eat Korean food, your breath doesn't like it, or people talking to you don't like it. Yeah. It takes
especially those
a while to get all that out of your mouth and cleaned up. So,
and you better make sure the partner you've got likes the taste of it.
Yeah. But I will tell you, you go to a Korean restaurant in Korea, yeah, it's like going to a bar where everybody's smoking. When you get to the house, just drop everything in the washer, you know, so you don't smell like smoke or whatever. Same thing at a Korean restaurant. You will smell like the food being cooked there. So yeah, if Oklahoma does that state property tax, I'd be thrilled.
You'll be staying in Oklahoma. She's
staying right here. Well, if I get 100%, then I'm exempt from property tax here in Oklahoma, and I'm only 10% away from that. That's why I'm working so hard, because I will get out of that $2,000 something a year.
Terry, Big Mike needs a kick in the balls. Just before the next medical.
Brampton? Who's you? Brampton was offered to make some expensive armored vehicles for ICE, and the people are freaking out. But I'm like, take the money. I agree.
Why are the people freaking out?
ICE is not going to be using it against you guys, so why do you care? Why should people? Yeah. I'm so glad wokeism is gone.
Hey, I've got one thing to say about woke. There's three sexes: male, female, and fucked up.
Yeah.
And fucked up, translated, means mentally retarded.
I agree. Everybody doesn't understand. You never own your property here in America. You do not own your property. As long as they've got property tax, okay? I know in Missouri, I mean, I had the last tax I had on it, I paid $340 for the house, everything, the land. That's what I paid annually. And I lived out in the county, so I didn't have to pay a city tax or all that stuff. But if you owned livestock, horses, cattle, you paid an animal tax on every animal. And you had to forecast that out, because I don't know if they still do it, but like if you had cattle, you had to send into the state and project how many cows you're going to have. And they send you the tag. I don't know if they still do it, but it used to be. And they'd send you the tags, and you got taxed on every tag for the animals. Now, let's say you were short, you had 3 less than what you predicted, you're still paying the tax on the tag. I don't know if Missouri's still like that, but they used to be.
Right. Tamara's having a head out.
Oh, wow. And now it's over 600 in real estate tax. Yeah, your property tax, yeah. 15 cents a head after the 1st of March. Oh, really? That's cheaper.
They should restrict that to those with hair. Because then me and you wouldn't have to pay.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend, he lived in San Luis Obispo, California. Kind of a ritzy place, but he only had a ranch-style house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and a garage on it and stuff, and then a regular city lot. He paid $13,000 a year in property tax. That was back in the 80s when we were still talking and stuff. He died, but anyway, he paid $13,000, and his house was, when he died, because he had it in his name, and when he bought the house, he wasn't married, and he worked for Honeywell. Then he met somebody and married her, but she was not on it. But he left the house to her in his will. She had to sell the place because she couldn't afford the death tax on the property that he owned. Okay. And oh, by the way, she sold it for over $1 million, a 3-bedroom ranch in San Luis Obispo, and then had to pay tax on it because that was money earned and all that stuff. So yeah, they scraped her for everything they could.
You see what James said? Here in Texas, you pay school taxes even if you have no children.
Yep. Arizona, the same way.
Yeah.
But in Arizona, they have what is it called? The right to school or whatever, where you can elect to send your kid to any school in the state. And when you pay school, because when we moved there, my sister Jenny called me up and she goes, "Hey, the girls were graduating. Kristen and Brittany were graduating school there." And she says, "Now that they're graduating, are you still paying your school tax to Sierra Vista?" I said, "I guess so, whatever they tell me to." She goes, "No." That's when I found out you have the right. All her kids go to Higley School District. She goes, "You can change it to like Higley School District and whatever, because you have to pay school tax. You can pay it to there, which is 3.5 hours away from me. You can elect where you want your school tax to go in Arizona."
But if you've got no kids and they're charging you school tax, are they charging you for your swimmers?
For my what?
Swimmers.
I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, that's the right to education. But, if you live outside the school district and you want them to go to a school in another school district, then you have the responsibility of driving your kid. But most people don't make that decision. A lot of people don't until they hit high school. You see what I'm saying? The only problem to that is you're out of the school district and how the school accepts you, and whether it's a charter school or a public school or whatever. That's how it works in Arizona. Right to education. I think everybody should be open borders. You should choose where your kid goes. If your kid's in a shit school district and you have an opportunity to go, "Hey, all right, fine, we'll drive them," okay, or whatever. They're in high school and they can drive to that school district, then by all means do it. Don't be stuck in a shit school.
Where are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rochelle?
I know in Missouri, I paid the fire, and there was property tax and personal property tax. There was 2 different taxes when I lived there. And you paid the tax to the fire in one and fire to the other, and so on and so forth. Michigan school tax has always been that way. Oh, really? See, that's cool. School of choice. That's what it was called. School of choice in Arizona. I think that should be everywhere.
Well, your school of choice should include government officials.
Yeah. I'm telling you. But again, if you live in a very poor district, all right, compared to some going to, I don't know, where poor people couldn't even afford an apartment in that district. More money's going to the school. More money's going to the school. So, and to the police and to everything else. I mean, around here, you're lucky if you see a cop. I was on our road coming in, our 11-mile road coming in, and the other day, and the first time in 5 years I ever seen a state trooper on that road. Now I do see the sheriff, and the sheriff's been out here when our house alarm goes off or whatever, and we weren't in town, but it took him 45 minutes to get out all the way out here. And hell, half of our house could have been gone already. So, but the alarm system brings down our insurance on our house, so it's worth keeping. Gas tax is supposed to go to roads, but the roads are yeah. See, when See, that's what when they did it in Missouri when I was there. They proposed a 0.5 cent sales increase when I lived there, and not one dime of it. The IG got involved, and they found out that the people up at the Capitol, the powers that be, that 1 cent never went to roads and bridges in the state of Missouri. And it didn't go to them for years because they were taking that 1%, what they sold the people on. Yeah, I'd love to drive on better roads. I would love to have, safer bridges and stuff like that. It didn't go for that. They were saying it was going for it, and people believed it, and nothing was getting done until they did like an IG report, Inspector General report, and they looked into it. Not a freaking dime went to it. So
it went into back pockets.
It went somewhere. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what, $10 million for a fire department, that ain't a whole lot of money.
No, not when you see how much their
Anything
trucks
that
cost.
they got to have in it. Yeah. To build it. Because my brother-in-law was a steel worker, and he did 15 substations in Arizona. And I went up there on the weekend, went over there. No, that was before that. And each substation was valued at something like $7.5 million. And they were small. Because there you have all the codes, you have all the inspections, you have all the licenses, you have everything. It's a freaking racket. What they charge people to put a deck on a house, or in some places. Hey, I like living in a place where I can build an old rickety whatever I want, and who cares? There's no building restriction.
You do when it falls on your heat.
Well, then that's my fault, but I put extra 4x4s in it. Make it heavy. We also have homeschool parent. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people went to that. COVID taught people a big lesson about homeschooling.
Taught me fuck all. Shows how thick I am.
Yeah. All politicians, bunch of liars.
A politician will lie to your face while he's stealing your wallet.
All right, guys. Hey, it's 10:18 in the a.m. I want to thank you guys for coming in. Sorry about the blow up at the beginning, but I'm not. Okay.
Good.
That's why we put the thing up there. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, hey, like a great person said, come up here and prove me wrong, and I will say I'm wrong, because it's just the way I am, guys. There's 33 million channels out there to watch. So I just try to speak what I believe. I give you the opportunity to come up, say what you believe. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's why I'm asking. I don't know about Canada. I don't know about the Michigan school system. Hey, educate me. And I also in the conversation, I say, hey, but up in Michigan, they got this. Or, hey, I'm understanding the problems better and better every time I talk to somebody from Canada. But everybody has their belief. But when you come up with facts and you tell me this is exactly what we pay or whatever we do, then I trust you. Plus, I really like Rochelle.
Yeah.
She's pretty hot.
Remember, people, red stands for retire every Democrat.
No. Remember everyone deployed, Paul.
Retire every Democrat is better.
And you can buy these online. Just Google that. You can buy a shirt if you want one. Wear it on Fridays. Red Shirt Friday.
You ask Wendy, she prefers mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Terry grits her teeth every time I go on this because she goes, I don't know what's going to come out of their mouths. Hey, and we've had a black screen before, so hey, it is what it is.
We haven't.
Oh, we haven't. That was Sergeant Stock TV.
Yeah. That was you and Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. If me and you haven't had a black screen, what the hell was Jason talking about?
No, it was me. That's what I got us the black screen. Sometimes YouTube doesn't like you to tell the truth or explain the truth. Yep. You too, Lacey. You have a great weekend. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Hey, if we don't see you, Christmas is right around the corner. I want to wish everybody a Merry, Merry Christmas. And remember the reason for the season. And we just watched that special. Was that on Fox Nation? What was that on?
Rochelle,
Oh, it was Kevin Costner explaining and narrating the first Christmas. Guy, it's an eye-opener. You need to check that out. Put it on your movie list, but because he did a very, very good job. Because you hear the stories, the story changes over the centuries and stuff like that. But they did this one on facts, and it was very, very good about everything from Mary and Joseph, everything to the birth of Christ, everything. And it was very, very good. Plus, Kevin Costner's a good speaker.
Rochelle, let me just point something out. I crawled out guilty.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never been innocent. At least that's what my mother used to say.
No, it did not have the Grinch in it. The Grinch comes from Canada. And Whoville is north. It's north of Quebec. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, remember, be kind to one another. Help somebody in need. And always, always think of that, guys. We love you. God bless you. If I don't see you again, Merry Christmas. Remember the reason for the season. Hey, and we'll see you here on Monday to talk about your weekend and whatever the heck we want to talk about. And hopefully I keep my cool and my calm, but I doubt that. Okay?
No, it's better when you blow your stack.
And get your plan together to come up here and tell me, because I'm going to research more about why all these Canadians want to become Americans and get away from those hateful people in Ottawa. Yep. Lifting everybody up in prayer. Yes. Yes. That's part of being
safe, everyone.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a great one. Bye.
How?